Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show. But I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.
New year, new credit scores. Chime makes it easier to build credit by using your own money to make on-time payments with a secured Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card. Use it everywhere Visa credit cards are accepted. To apply, just open a Chime checking account with a qualifying direct deposit. There's no annual fee or credit check required when applying. Get started at chime.com/build. That's chime.com/build. The Chime Credit Builder Visa credit card is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members FDIC. Late payment may negatively impact your credit score. Results may vary.
You're listening to the Think Unbroken podcast, and I'm your host, Michael Unbroken. I'm an author, speaker, coach, and advocate for adult survivors of childhood trauma and abuse. In this podcast, you will learn how to transform your trauma into triumph, turn breakdowns into breakthroughs, and go from victim to being the hero of your own story. You can learn more at thinkunbrokenpodcast.com, and of course, check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify at Think Unbroken Podcast. You don't have to be okay all the time. What's up, Unbroken Nation? Hope that you're doing well wherever you are in the world today. I was thinking about this. You hear this all the time. It's okay not to be okay. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you're going to have a bad day. Sometimes you're going to have days where you just don't want to show up. You don't want to do anything. You want to eat a bag of chips, lay on the couch, get stoned, play video games, do nothing. Sometimes it's okay to be okay. But you have to ask yourself, who do I need to be today to have the life that I want to have? And not being okay is a part of the human experience, because trust me, I promise you that there are days I wake up, I don't want to do this. I don't want to coach people. I don't want to write the next book. I don't want to make the next podcast. I don't want to speak on the next stage. I just want to lay in bed. Now, you got to ask yourself a question. You've got to be willing to be nakedly honest with yourself and ask, are you okay? Like, do you need to take time off today? Like, do you need a day for you to not be okay, to wallow, to have that moment? Or are you taking it easy on yourself? Are you procrastinating? Are you pushing away from what you need to do because it's uncomfortable? You know, one of the really interesting things is when you get deeper into this idea of creating agency in your life, the ability to understand and choose who you are, that you have to measure the truth. That for the most part, many of us, and I include myself in this, we've never been allowed to be us before. And so this whole journey is new. This whole thing about figuring out who we are, it's so uncomfortable and so awkward that the moment that it does get difficult, which I assure you that it will, like we push back, we run from it because it sucks, because it's hurtful, because it's painful. And so what do? We revert to old behaviors, right? We hide from the moment. And look, if you're not okay because, there's tragedy in your life, that's one thing. Like we have to grieve. We have to be okay with the fact that we got to turn off. If you're sick, if you got the vid, right? You need to take a moment and heal and recover. If you're going through hardship in your life that is so insurmountable that you cannot function in the real world, like if it's that bad, look, and trust me, I get it because I've been there. And for some of us, it gets that bad. You've got to pause and go, I'm not okay. I need to remove myself from everything, get internal and figure out where I am. But ultimately, you have to ask yourself a question. Am I showing up for myself today? Right? Because I remember one time when I was in the midst of kind of like this chaos of my life about 5 or 6 years ago, I remember having this moment. It's like, I don't feel like doing this today. And this was a therapy session. I was like, I'm just going to cancel, even though I have to pay, right? Because if you cancel on the same day, you got to pay. And I was like, no, I'm not going to go. And then as I laid in the bed, the clock was ticking, and it was getting closer and closer to my time. I was like, get your up and go, because it's the one thing that you probably need to do today, to go in there and complain and be mad at the world and be angry and work through this shit. That's the truth. Sometimes it's okay to be mad at the world and angry, but you got to keep going. Here's what's going to happen if you are not okay. Eventually, you've got to come out of it. And I think a lot of times the people who do not come out of it, or who take 7 years like I did, or 25 or longer, I probably took longer, to be honest with you, is that you get trapped in that. You're stuck in not being okay so much that it's the only thing you know. Think about this. When you look at the group of people you surround yourself with, because this is a factor. Trust me with what I'm about to say. I promise you this is true. If you're around people who are always complaining, you're going to be a complainer. If you're around people who are always blaming the world, you're going to blame the world. If you're around people who are always playing the victim, you're going to play the victim. I've seen that hold true in my life time and time again. It's that old adage, you're the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And that's a reflection on you. And in those moments of not being okay, like how do those people support you? Right? Or are they telling you, no, it's fine. So it's okay. Lay in bed all day, watch TV, right? For a day or two, that makes sense. I get it. I was there in November. I was like, this, I'm not doing anything. I'm laying in bed all day. I'm not doing anything. I was on the couch. It's like, I'm laying on the couch all day. I'm not doing anything. Leave me alone. I'm disconnected from the world. I was not okay in that moment. And sometimes you have to give yourself that day. But then I started asking myself when I woke up the next day, I said, do I need this again today? The answer was no. And I think for a lot of people, the answer is no. The answer is, I don't need this again today. I need to keep moving forward. But we get so trapped in the idea that being sad, anxious, lonely, depressed, whatever it is, has to last forever. And I've been all of those things. So I want to be very clear. I've been in those situations. I've been in those moments. And in that, you have to say, if I'm in this every single day, am I really living? Most people are depressed and anxious because they aren't doing the thing to take care of their life. It's different from sadness, from grief, from being hurt, from being stricken or heartbroken. It's very different, right? And on those days, one of the worst things you can experience is heartbreak. One of the worst things you can experience is death. And it's going to suck for a while. And you may need to be disconnected for a few days, a week, a month even, right? But you're going to have to come back around to reality because the world still goes forward. Whether or not you are in it, it's going forward. We are always in momentum. Think about this for a moment. Right now, in real time, as you listen to this, you are in movement. Even if you're sitting perfectly still, even if you're laying down, your cells are in movement. Your body is in movement. The world is in movement. The universe is in movement. And you must continue to move forward in those moments after you recognize that it's okay to move forward. We get stuck in these narratives of determining who we are based on the experiences around us. We say, this is us. This is who I am. I am this person. When you start using language like that, it's very dangerous. If you go, I am depressed, I am anxious, I am sad. But think about this. What if you use words like, I am excited, I am energetic, I am happy, I am, I can't even not smile saying it, right? Because your brain, even in real time, I feel my body changing just by changing the words that I'm using. We'll be right back to the show. But before we do, I want to tell you about today's sponsor, factormeals.com, where if you go to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50, you can get 50% off your first order. That's factormeals.com/unbroken50. If you're like me and you are a person who is busy trying to create a life, heal, work on their health, wealth, and relationships, and not to mention deal with the day-to-days of normal life, you do not have time to be going to the grocery store and trying to figure out what you're going to cook every single day of the week. In fact, one time I did the math and I realized I was spending over 15 hours a week at the grocery store and cooking. When I added Factor, I got to use that time for myself, for my family, for my friends, for my community, and for my business. And so if you're in the place where you need some more support in the kitchen, head to factormeals.com/unbroken50 and use the code unbroken50 to get 50% off. And you can take that energy and you can go and put it into your life to get yourself up and out and into what is next. There's always room for sadness. There's always room for grief and hurt, because that's the way the world works, and we're human beings, and you got to own that. But there comes a point in time, and I think this is the point that I'm getting. I don't think I know. This is the point I'm getting to, because this is what my experience was. There's a point in time in which you're going to have to say to yourself, all right, let's go. I was not okay for a while, and that's okay. I was not okay for a few days. That's fine. I was in a bad place for a couple days. Got it. And then get your up and go. Go back into life. Go back into whatever that thing is that excites you and fires you up. Get off of social media. Get off the TV. Get off the news. And get into what it is that brings you happiness and fulfillment. One of the greatest things that you can do in those moments of down is to go and serve and go and help other people and go be a light for other people in the darkness, because guess what? You might be the person that they need today. You showing up, you being okay with getting back to your life could be something life-changing for someone else. And that's a thing that you have to take into consideration when you're going through this process every single day. There's going to be bad days. There's going to be good days. There's going to be kind of in the middle kind of days, right? But can you still show up? Can you still follow through? Can you be okay? Because look, think about this. I'll tell you a secret. I guess it's not a secret because I put it in my book. I don't know why I phrased it that way. My therapist about 5 years ago, I was in this really bummed out place in my life. Real bummed out. I was just mad about everything. Just upset. I was hurt. I was just so tired of therapy. I was so tired of Wednesday afternoons and Monday mornings and spending all my time and money in these therapists' office and EMDR, CBT, group therapy, men's group therapy, trauma informed, just doing all of it. Man, I was just tired. And I was like, man, I think I'm depressed. I never actually used those words before. And he looks at me, he goes, you can be depressed and still tend your garden. You can be depressed and still tend your garden. I was like, so profound. Even at this moment, I'm like, damn. Because that means you can still show up. It's not that you can't be emotional. It's not that you can't be sad. It's not that you can't even be depressed. But you can still show up. You can still live your life. You can go to that class, read that book, do that thing you said you were going to do, be around those family, be around those friends, be around the people that bring energy and life into you. You don't have to be by yourself. You don't have to be ostracized. Here's one of the things that I think is so up about, especially Western society. We'll be in the worst mood ever, just having a day. We'll go see family. We'll go see friends. We'll go to do the thing. And people are like, how you doing? And you're going to be like, I'm great. No, you're not. Why are you lying? People know around me. Like if I'm not having a good day, I'm like, today sucks. What's up? Let's get it done. Today, I'm not having a great day. Let's go to the basketball game. Yeah, I'm in a dark mood today. Let's go to the gym. I don't want to talk to you. I'm upset. Okay, cool. Let's get coffee. Like that's what it's about. You can have the emotional capacity. Because think about this. Why the do you only do when you're happy? You know what I'm saying? Like, have you ever thought about that for a second? Why people only do when they're happy? That's so stupid. It makes no sense to me. Because like, to me, it would be like, when you're happy, then you would only ever do happy stuff. And when you're sad, you would only ever do sad stuff. Like it doesn't make sense, not copacetic to the human experience. You've got to be happy about the happy things, sad about the sad things, and be able to navigate the in-between in the day-to-day because you're still moving. Time is not stopping because we're having bad days. Projects and goals don't stop getting reached because we don't want to show up today, right? And there's a level in this. And look, I know it's uncomfortable to hear and talk about because it's uncomfortable for me sometimes. This morning, 6 a.m., the alarm went off and I was just like, wow, I did not get up before my alarm today. That's so rare in my life. And just being like, I guess I should go back to bed and grabbing my phone. And for a millisecond, turning back towards that direction and thinking I'm about to go in that room and just being like, no, absolutely not. You have to show up today. Momentum is everything in life. You have to keep going. You have to keep creating. You have to keep meeting with people. You have to go to the lunch and coach your team and have conversations and coach your clients and finish the book funnel and have the podcast and do the whole, you got to keep going. I'm not having the best day ever. I woke up on the wrong side of the, that's how this works sometimes. But that doesn't mean you can't show up. I'm okay with the fact that I'm in an ornery mood today. I'm okay with the fact I'm fired up today and I'm a little bit pissed off at the world. For no reason other than this is how I woke up. But I'm also okay with the fact that I changed my energy because how I woke up isn't where I'm at right now. I'm okay with the fact that I was able to sit here and be like, you know what? Go and be of service. Go lead your team. Have the conversations. Move your body. Go to the lunch you said you were going to do. One of the things that I used to be very, very good at was when I was in a mood, when I was a certain way, and I had something scheduled on the calendar, I would cancel it. I don't do that anymore. If it's on there, it could be, now let's be for real. Obviously, there's context. If someone in my family or my friend died, I'm not going to lunch with you, right? But outside of that, I'm showing up. I'm keeping my commitments because that matters, right? Because guess what? Not everybody's going to have, most people probably are not having the best day of their life today, but some people are. And so what you think about that and you're like, I'm going to show up anyway, even though I'm not okay. Like that is such a huge win. It's such a huge win because it means that you are in control of your life. It means that you're doing the thing that you said you were going to do. And so it's okay to not be okay. Some days I'm not. It's fine. But that doesn't mean you can't shift your energy, show up anyway, and still lead yourself to be the person that you want to be. And on some days, you got to lay in the couch and eat gummy bears and watch cartoons. Because that, my friend, is the human experience. Thank you so much, Unbroken Nation. I appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, tell a friend. And until next time, my friends, be unbroken. I'll see you. Thank you so much for listening to Think Unbroken. Please share this episode with someone who could use it and help us move forward in our mission of ending generational trauma in our lifetime. And if you would, please take 5 seconds to pop on iTunes or Spotify, hit that 5-star, leave a review, and you can also reach out to us on social at Michael Unbroken or at Think Unbroken. And of course, you can check out our YouTube channel at Think Unbroken. Thank you for being a part of Unbroken Nation, my friends, and until next time, be unbroken. Hey, my friends, we will be right back to the show, but I have a question for you. Are you struggling with the impact of childhood trauma? Well, know that you're not alone. I'm here to let you know that I'm starting a brand new weekly coaching group that includes a year of life coaching, accountability, support, habit and goal setting, and more. I'm starting a waitlist for the group right now, and I'm only taking a handful of people. And I'll let you know that through this personalized coaching, we'll work together to help you understand how your childhood trauma has shaped your beliefs, behaviors, emotions, and will help you create a roadmap for healing and growth. Right now, you can schedule an absolutely free coaching session with me and get put on the wait list if you go to thinkunbroken.com. My friends, it's your time to turn your trauma into triumph, breakdowns into breakthroughs, and become the hero of your own story. And I'm here to support you in doing that. Just go to thinkunbroken.com to register for a free coaching call with me and to get put on the wait list for the brand new weekly coaching program.